But I think when people like us have money and have power, the world gets better. I want people whose voices haven't been heard enough to have a bigger say. It is super frustrating to walk into rooms of power and see only white men. And listen, it's not a dig on white men, but it is the historic legacy, right? And I just want the rest of our voices to be able to get into those rooms and have a say and make our voice and our desires known and represented. An example I've had recently is I have been dipping my toe into investing in local businesses. I'm interested in putting my money where my community is. And there are some angel investor groups locally and some, like incubators, and some local investing groups that kind of pool their money and put money into local businesses, right? Sometimes for equity. And I've been trying to do the research like a good investor on how it works. And it's brand new to me, right? I've never had any experience with this. No one in my family has ever invested this way. I didn't have any place to learn it naturally. I had no exposure to it. It's really through a friend of mine who has raised equity, raised funds for her own business, which is a local business, that I started being like, well, how would I do that if I wanted to? If I wanted to invest in your company, what would I do? And she's pointed me to these groups. And what is absolutely shocking is just how old and white and male they are. And I will admit to you that it is terrifying to me to learn something in a setting like that where nobody in the room looks like me, because I have had the experience of my needs being misunderstood and taken for granted. The fact that maybe I have childcare obligations or some of my money needs to go towards paying my mortgage. It's not just all freely available, right? And so my limitations are really important to me. And sometimes if you're not in a group that looks like you, the other people don't know, right? So it's scary to me to learn this new thing because the people I'm learning from aren't really coming from the same place as me. But the thing that gives me strength is knowing that when I do that research, and I will, and I am, that I can bring it to you, that I can use it to help teach you and make it easier for you if you decide you want to invest locally. It helps me be a good teacher when I kind of go back to that humble place and start as a beginner again.